World of Warships has been out for 2 years now, and for the most part, smoke mechanics have remained unchanged. That is, until now. In an effort to make competitive play more appealing, smoke mechanics are receiving a massive overhaul. These changes will affect everyone, whether the player is an experienced captain with thousands of rounds under him or her, or a complete ensign just learning how to play. Players will have to adapt, and for some, the transition might be harder than for others, especially for those who in the past have relied heavily on smoke. The purpose of this video is to inform you, the player, what the changes are to smoke mechanics. It has been created so that you can make sense of something that sounds complex and quickly understand the basics so that when you go out there and pop smoke, you aren't caught unaware as you're suddenly spotted and take a full salvo devastating strike when you thought you were concealed. It is my hope that this guide gives you everything you need to know to survive and adapt in a quick and easy to digest format. So let's get down to business and learn about the new smoke mechanics. First and foremost, all ships will receive a new spec. Just as you have gun range, torpedo range, or concealment spec, all ships will have a detectability in smoke when firing and concealment spec. This value is not modifiable. No flags or captain skills will lessen this. It is completely dependent on shell size. In addition to your caliber, the penalty also depends on base concealment. Anti-aircraft guns and secondaries do not affect your concealment penalty, and enemy planes cannot see you. This penalty applies only to surface detection. A battleship will have a larger detectability with 16-inch shells than a destroyer with 5-inch shells. Now that the effects caused by gun caliber are known, let's talk about the mechanics themselves. The old way smoke worked was that you popped it, you hid in it, and you fired. You were only spotted by use of radar or hydro if a ship was close enough. As long as you didn't run out of the smoke, you could fire away without penalty. Not so anymore. So what happens when you fire from smoke? Under the new smoke mechanics, you need to first understand that there is no difference between being in smoke or being behind smoke. Smoke is no longer a cloaking device. Under some conditions, smoke is even transparent. Imagine you're a destroyer. You pop smoke and don't fire. You are now hidden. An enemy battleship is passing 5 kilometers away. He's hidden from you and your team because no one has line of sight on him. Under the new mechanics, he has an 18-kilometer detectability after firing from smoke, and that's hypothetical. We're just using that as an example. He fires at a teammate of yours. Bam! You detect him immediately. In fact, he could be in the smoke and you might be outside of the smoke. Or both of you could be on opposite sides of the smoke. Or even both inside the smoke. It doesn't matter. Because he fired, he will be detected. With the new mechanics, team spotting still works. The battleship will be detected by all your teammates since you now have line of sight on him. So that's great. Now you likely wonder what happens if you want to fire at the battleship that's 5 kilometers away. This all depends on your own ship's detectability when firing from smoke. If that detectability is over 5 kilometers and you fire at the battleship, you will instantly be seen regardless of whether you are in smoke or behind smoke. Not only will you be seen by the battleship, but since he has a line of sight, you'll be seen by every one of his teammates. If it's under 5 kilometers, you can fire away without being detected. And that's how smoke now works. It's pretty simple actually. It is no longer a permanent concealment to fire from. It's completely dependent on your guns, inside smoke, or out. Another important key is that the timer for the debuff is the same as for regular main battery fire. 20 seconds. Once you fire from smoke, the cooldown timer starts. That timer is closely connected to the main gun battery. For example, if you fire, lose your concealment, and pop smoke, you may be concealed so long as the enemy is outside of your firing from concealment detectability range. If the enemy closes the distance, regardless if you're in smoke, and you're still in the 20-second debuff, the enemy can spot you if they're within your detectability when firing from smoke range. So if your range is 10 kilometers, you fire at a ship 12 kilometers away, pop smoke and hide, but he closes the gap to 9 kilometers within that 20 seconds, the enemy will detect you. This may be one of the most confusing aspects, but it's also one of the most important to know. Remember, smoke is no longer a permanent and complete concealment. Your gun caliber affects your detectability in or around smoke, so too does your base detectability. Smoke works both ways for you and the enemy. I hope this guide has helped you understand and prepare for the intricacies of the new smoke mechanics. It'll be something everyone will need to adapt to, but the changes should overall be better for the game, both competitive and public.